Hello everybody, my name is Jose Rodriguez, and in a previous video we were able to download and install a Windows 10 system in a virtual machine using VirtualBox. Okay, we were able to create a local account, Pedro, okay, and we were also able to rename our device to use the IT01 name. Okay, we were able to get an IP address 192.168.140 from our DHCP server, okay? And we were also able to register our license to start the 90 days trial period, okay? Um, so we are now connected to the pandalab.com network, okay? Now the next step here is to join this device to the pandalab.com domain, okay? Using the Pedro Gustavo user account we created previously. Okay, so before we start this process, we need to test the connectivity between our virtual machine, okay, IT01, with our server. Okay, so if we go to our server, let's check what is the IP. So the IP for our server is 192.168.1.4. Okay, so let's see if we can ping this server from our Windows 10 device. So we use ping space 192.168.1.4. And as you can see, we are getting bytes, okay, from our server now. So we can connect from the Windows 10 computer to the server. Um, and let's check if we can do the same from here. Ping space 192.168.1.40. Okay, so maybe we need to enable or just make available our computer, our Windows 10 device in our network, but we can check that later. What is important is that at least our Windows 10 device can communicate with our server, because we need to join this to the domain. Um, so what we need to do is we need to go to the settings window again, to the About tab, and then if you scroll down, we are going to Advanced System Settings. Okay, and if you go to the Computer Name tab, okay, we will see this option again, rename or change its domain. Okay, let's click on here, the change option. And we already changed the computer name. Now what we need to do is, so this section where it says member of, we need to select the domain option, and we are going to type pandalab.com. Okay, and then click on OK. After you click on OK, you will be you will need to insert the credentials of the user account for the domain. Okay, so since this computer is for the information technology or IT department, the user account that we created um, for this device was Pedro Gustavo. Okay, so we will need to use pedro.gustavo. Okay, and then insert the password, and then hit enter, or you can click on OK. Excellent. So now we are getting this window, this confirmation that says welcome to the pandalab.com domain. Okay. Then click on OK, and then the system will ask you to restart your computer in order to apply these changes. Okay, so let's click on OK, and then click on close, and then we will select the restart now option. Okay, now let's wait for the system to restart. Okay, and then if we go to our domain controller, okay, let's minimize this. If you access the Active Directory users and computers again, okay, in our previous video, the computers OU was empty, okay, but now let's refresh this OU, And now you can see that the IT01 computer is part of the computer's OU, okay? And the reason why this is happening is because we just joined the Windows 10 virtual machine to the domain, okay? Using the Pedro Gustavo user account, okay? Now, what we can do is, remember we created an OU for information technology where we have the user. So what we can do is just move this computer account to the information technology OU, okay? So what you just need to do is select the computer user, and then make right click, and then select the move option here, and you can select information technology, and then click on OK. So the IT01 computer is not under the computer's OU anymore. And if you go to information technology, if you select this OU, now you can see the account and the computer account, the user account Pedro Gustavo and the computer account IT01, both under the information technology OU. Okay, so what we need to do is repeat this entire process with the marketing department for Stevie Marie. We need to do the same for the production department for Papi Godoy, and for finally for the accounting department for Nora Kemon. Okay, so you should see here in marketing, you will see Stevie Marie plus the computer for Stevie Marie. In production, you will see the user account Papi Godoy and also the computer account for Papi Godoy. And finally, the accounting OU, you have Nora Kemona as user account, and you should see here at the end a computer account for this for Nora. Okay, so let's go back to our computer. Okay, it's ready. So just make click on any part of the screen. Okay, and now this user Pedro here, okay, is the local user we created when installing the Windows 10 the system, right? So what we need to do is click on other user, okay? And as you can see, here says sign into Panda Lab, okay, which is the domain that we created, right? So the username is going to be pedro.gustavo, okay, and then use the password Pedro. Oh, I made a mistake. And then just hit enter. So now you are logging, uh, you're logging in into the computer, but not as Pedro, which was the local account we created. Now we are logging in with the Pedro Gustavo account, which is the account for the IT department. Okay. Okay. So now we are ready. Just to double check that everything is okay, you can go to the Windows icon here and then click on settings, go to system, and then if you go to about, you can see now you have the device name, which is IT01, and you will see also the full device name, which is it01.pandalab.com, because now this computer is part of the pandalab.com domain. Okay, And if you want to check information about the user, what you can do is just go back to home here, and then let's select accounts. Okay, you will see that now the account that you are using is not just Pedro, okay, the local account. What the account that you are using is Pedro Gustavo, that belongs to the pandalab.com domain. Okay, thank you for watching this video.